Hey everyone, welcome to another Mastering the Draw license application strategy video. And in this video, we're going to go in and expand a little bit on our previous video, just the big game hunting overview. And basically this is going to be the Utah non-resident opportunities. I'm going to expand a little bit on some of the draw, point systems, different opportunities for private land hunts, things like that. So we can dive right in. We can kind of talk about some of these. So basically, these are all the draw species. And the draw species are desert bighorn, Rocky Mountain bighorn, California bighorn, but that falls under that Rocky Mountain bighorn application. We also have Shiras moose, mountain goat, bison, elk, mule deer, antelope, and black bear. And I won't dive into a whole lot about black bear because, I mean, there's some other opportunities where you can buy them over the counter, and quite frankly, I don't know why you'd wait 10 years to draw a black bear tag here when you can book a hunt and go hunt them in Montana or Wyoming or Idaho or what have you. So anyways, just it's available. These are the over-the-counter hunts that are available. So elk, this is general elk, and we have the hunter's choice, either sex archery, and those are unlimited in the amount of tags that they issue. Now, the reason it says hunter's choice is because we have two different general elk zones. We have any elk zone and spike only. And any bull, basically, it just is what the title says. You can harvest any bull in there. When it's archery, though, it's an either sex tag. So you can harvest either any bull or a cow. The spike only units those are the premium limited entry zones that Utah has. But Utah allows hunters to go in there and harvest spikes to kind of keep those management objectives in check for the amount of bulls to cows. So on that either sex tag, you can harvest a spike only or a cow if it's within one of those spike only units. If you're on an any bull unit, then you can harvest any bull or a cow. And what's cool is those are unlimited tags. So you can buy those right up until the season starts. So once you get into the spike-only muzzleloader, spike-only rifle, and the any bull muzzleloader, any bull rifle, those are on a limited basis, and they do cap them. There is a quota in place, and those go on sale. I believe it's July, August, but we cover that in our state section, so you'll be able to see the exact dates and when those go on sale. But just know those are the two over-the-counter options. Spike only doesn't sell out very fast. It's usually a week or two to sell out. The any bull, however, has been selling out within 4 or 5 hours. They upped that quota, I think 2,500 last year. So there's still a amount that you can buy, but that helped out a little bit and extended that time frame in which it sold out once they went on sale. And then obviously touched on black bear a little bit in the previous slide, but black bear, there is some areas that are under a harvest quota. So you don't have to draw the tag. You can buy a tag and go as so long as that quota hasn't been met. Then we can jump into, say, private land hunts, and basically most of these are going to be in the form of CWMUs. So Utah, if you have so much acreage that's contiguous, that's connecting to each other, you can have a CWMU, and you have to file that with the state, and you get extended season dates so that they can run hunters through that and still have a quality hunt and not have everyone overlapping during those same season dates. But they allow that for moose, elk, deer, and antelope. Now, for non-residents, you can apply for them. Utah residents can apply for them, and they can go on that hunt if they're able to draw. But for non-residents, it's a pay-to-play. So they give them transferable tags. They're able to sell those to non-residents or residents if they want, and then they can go on those hunts. But again, the nice thing, they get extended season dates. So a lot of times you'll see like rifle rut hunts for both deer and elk on some of these CWMUs. So it's pretty nice. License requirements. So in Utah, they do make you buy a hunting license in order to apply in the draw. Now, that hunting license only has to be valid at the time of application. So at the time you apply for it, as long as you have a valid hunting license, you're in. But you do not have to have a hunting license during your hunt. Once you get your tag, you're fine. And that's contrary to a lot of other states. Just know that if you submit your application and you have a valid hunting license at that time, you're good. So what a lot of people do, especially non-residents, because it's more expensive, is they'll get 2 years worth of applications once they apply. So basically you go in and buy that application or buy that hunting license towards kind of the end of the application period. Next year when you go back in and they open up that application, all you have to do is apply. As long as that hunting license is still valid, then you get 2 years of applications off of that one hunting license. So it saves you a little money. They don't charge you the tag fees unless you draw, which is kind of nice. It's a cheap application. It's $15 to apply after you bought that hunting license, but nobody minds paying the tag fee once they draw. And that's how Utah is. They don't charge you until you draw. Yeah, and so that's the license requirements for Utah. The application deadlines, again, we've kind of kept this a little general, but you can go back in and look in our February issue for more specific dates. Early March for big game. Now that's this year in 2022. Next year in 2023, however, they're going to change that. And the reason they're making that change and pushing it back into late April next year is because by that time in the year, they will have proposed tag recommendations from the Division of Wildlife. It doesn't seem like a big deal, especially for residents, but non-residents, it can be a very big deal. Because there's max point applicants sitting out there for goat, sheep, moose, elk, deer, you name it, that there might only be one tag available in their unit. And if there's only, or not unit, but for that hunt, if there's only one tag available, that goes to the random draw, and all those points do for you at that point in time is just give you extra chances in the random draw. So basically, if you're looking at a unit and you've got close to max points for that species, you want to apply for an area that has at least 2 tags. And up until next year, like this year, we won't have tag recommendations at all. So kind of applying blind. We have last year's tag recommendations to go off of, or tag numbers, but that, I mean, we've seen it happen all the time. They'll have 1 tag this year, they'll switch it, and they'll have 2 tags next year. So that's kind of a big change that's going to be put in place for next year. Again, this year we still have the same early March deadline, but next year they're going to move that back. The antlerless application, that's going to be in mid-June. And we do cover that application period. We kind of give it an update. We don't go through a lot of units because there's so many different cow elk hunts and doe deer hunts and things like that. But we put out an update in our June issue to alert everyone and say, hey, this is going on. So there is 2 application periods, but the big one is the big game application period. And then we do have the antlerless application one in June. They will have leftover, any tags that are left over, and that doesn't matter if it's limited or when the over-the-counter permits go on sale. All of that happens in July. Now there's a little bit of difference in the amount of time, but they all go on sale in July. You can look in our our February issue, and that'll give you the exact dates of when the over-the-counter permits go on sale in July versus when those leftover limited licenses go on sale. And there's not usually a lot of leftover licenses for Utah, especially for big game. There can be for antlerless and things like that, but that's in July. That's it. That's all I got for this one. If you have any questions regarding this, remember, if you're a member, you can always call in and ask us and talk to us a little bit about it. We can explain some of those in more detail, some of the stuff in there. Yeah, if you found this video helpful, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.